In this video I'm looking at Affinity Photo's Procedural Texture tool. And last time I set up some equations, I put variables in here, and I created sliders for those, and everything seemed to work about as I had expected it to. But now in this one I'm going to look at how things can be sort of confusing. So in this case, I'm just going to set this all up to white, apply that. So now I've got a white background, and I'm going to go back to my filters, colors, procedural texture. I'll create three equations again with 3, 0 to 1 inputs, and I'll set these to A, B, and C. Like that. Okay, and now I should be able to bring these down to 0 and bring these up one at a time like that. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to turn 2 of these off, and I'm going to turn 2 of these off, and now I have the red channel, and so last time when I just had the red channel, it would bring that up, right? And it would be red, but this time it's not doing that. All right, let's try adding the other two channels. So if I set these two to 0, oh, now it's doing it the way I had previously done it. But if I don't have that, so what went wrong with that one? So if I cancel that, this time I had a white canvas, or I'd started with a pure white canvas. Last time I'd filled it with the black color. So what's happening is it's taking the pixels that are in here and changing the colors of them. And since all three values of red, green, and blue are white, if I look at my RGB, if these are all set to 1, then it'll be a white color. So that gets sort of confusing. The other thing that's confusing is if I delete the pixel layer, go to Filters, Colors, okay, this is grayed out. I can't do it. But if I add a pixel layer and go to Filters, Colors, okay, now I can do this, but if I add equations here, and I'll just change, okay, so I want red 1, okay, doesn't do anything to this. So it has to have some sort of fill in order to use the procedural texture tool. So I have to fill this with something. I'm going to go ahead and fill this with a gray level, and then go back in and do my procedural texture again and set up 3 equations and 3 variables in A, B, and C, like that. Okay, and now I can control these, but if I'm only controlling take that one out, okay. If I bring these all the way down, it still has that gray level that I'd set in there for the blue is set to somewhere around 0.5, okay? And so they behave a little differently depending on the colors that are present. All right, so now let's go, and I'll just open up a picture. Okay, so here's a photograph, and I'm going to go to the filters and procedural texture, and let's try that one. So I'll just add a single value. So the red value is set to 0. I'll add a slider for this one, and I'll make this an A. Okay, so now I can control the red channel directly with this slider. Okay, and now my picture is gone. So if I put in for all three of these, the picture is gone. Um, and all I get is just color again. But if I take one of them out, I can control the other two channels with slider. Oops, I got to get this one down. So I can sort of control these other two channels with sliders, but that's gone. So that seems like it has fairly limited functionality for the type of things that you might want to do. But I just wanted to demonstrate that some of the limitations or the quirky things that happen with procedural texture. It has to have pixels in here, and it's taking those pixels and taking the color of those and affecting them directly. Okay, so that's the second part of this series. Let me know if you have any comments or questions.